My name is Don, and my son Zach is getting his black belt today. I'd like to start off with a white belt story. Zach hadn't been in karate very long. He's a white belt and has a couple of stripes on his belt. He's halfway to his yellow belt, and we are leaving the dojo after class. There's a line of parents and kids coming and going at the door, so we stop in front of the display case while the crowd dissipates. Zach's eyeballing the belt rack. I look down at him, down because he's only 7. He's just a little squirt. He looks up at me and then points to a belt inside the display. "I want that one," he says. "Which one?" I ask. "The one at the top," he says, "the black one. I want that one." "That's a lot of work," I said. "Go for it if you want it, Zach." Fast forward almost 7 years and here we are. It took about twice as long as I could have, but that's okay. He moved at his own pace when he was comfortable. This was his karate, not mine. I brought him to the dojo and paid for it and was not shy about giving advice or guidance. Mom, Shihan, and myself provided support along the way, but this was his journey. He got that black belt. He also got 16 other belts along the way. That's a big accomplishment for a kid. Zach has autism, which makes it an even bigger accomplishment. Black belt camp was hard. These kids worked for that black belt. They worked for every one of their belts, but the black belt was really hard to get. After checkpoint 3, Zach was in bed as soon as he got home. He was completely worn out. Perseverance is a word I would use to describe Zach. He deals with autism every single day. Some things are harder for him. Tying shoes, riding bikes, or doing cartwheels and tumbling all pose special challenges for him, as does speech and language. Lisa and I put him in karate for a variety of reasons. He lacked confidence and was extremely shy. His gross and fine motor skills were lacking in development. He was getting bullied at school regularly. The combination of language impairment plus a lack of confidence made him an easy target, and the bullies took advantage of it. The neurologist at Children's Hospital had recommended karate as a therapy, so I started searching for a dojo. We came in to see Denny, and his program seemed like a good fit, so we signed up. Zach broke a little board, got his white belt. He was pumped up. He looked so cute in his new gi with his new little white belt on, and we were both ready to go. It's the little battles in life that you fight that put you in a position to achieve a bigger goal. Most other people don't see those small battles, the day-to-day struggles. Well, here comes our first of many struggles in karate. Class 1, and he's too scared to go onto the mat. This goes on for 2 weeks. This was going to be just like elementary school. Cry before school, during school, or anytime anything was a little different or demanding. So I started bribing him with Slurpees. Going to karate, you get a participation Slurpee. That kind of works. Stripes on his belt work too. It's a struggle for a bit. We are stretching his world and he's uncomfortable. There are 3 things that make it easier. 1, Denny is really patient and awesome with the kids. 2, the kids in the dojo are really awesome too. They are so kind and courteous. 3, the parents are very understanding. This helps both of us to cope with the early days in karate. Everyone in the dojo is friendly, understanding, and empathetic. Karate has been so good for Zach. He has learned some valuable life skills. One life skill is hard work pays off, sloppy work ethics don't pay as well. MP was a 40-move kata that Zach had to present to Shihan for one of his advanced belts. The first time he tried the kata for Shihan, he didn't pass, so he didn't get his belt. He was heartbroken. Shihan let him try again and again to earn that belt. Finally, after 5 or 6 tries over a 2-week period, he passed and finally got his belt. This taught him that hard work pays off. He also learned not to give up, keep working, and good things will happen. Shioi, Sinawali, a double stick kata, and double nunchaku training all helped to build his patience, discipline, and concentration. Karate has given him more confidence. Performing katas in front of the dojo at belt testing was very stressful at first, but became easier and eventually fun. Screaming parents, grandparents, and students generate a lot of noise. This can overstimulate autistic children, and Zach struggles at first with this. He cries at the first 4 or 5 belt promotions. He learns to overcome it though, and then looks forward to belt promotion and the new belt that he gets. Each belt and new skill propels him to a new height. His coordination is improving too. He teaches himself to ride a bike. I've tried for years and have all but given up. Lisa buys him another bike, and enlists her brother Chuck. Uncle Chuck comes over. He's going to help him learn to ride a bike. I'm relieved. Like I said, I've really tried. Before Uncle Chuck comes over and teaches him, though, he gets on the bike and starts riding. He's 13 years old then. His coordination has improved, and there's been a big jump in confidence, too. I attribute a lot of this to karate. This confidence also helps Zach make the transition from elementary school to middle school with very little drama. Autistic kids get bullied at a much higher rate than regular kids. Due to lack of confidence and language delays, they are easy targets. Bullies were the main reason we signed Zach up for karate. Not the only reason, but the main one. During one block at the dojo, the kids are studying chokeholds and how to get out of them. This was perfect timing because Zach would use that on the playground in elementary school that same week. The bully started picking on Zach. He put Zach in a headlock and started punching Zach in the stomach. Zach was able to get out of the headlock, and Zach then punched him in the nose and threw a kick to his stomach and got away. Zach used his karate, and it really helped him in this circumstance. The school did nothing about bullying, and if it hadn't been for karate, Zach wouldn't have stood a chance. In closing, I'd like to encourage parents that have an autistic child or any child on the spectrum to try karate. The program is set up so there are many little steps. It challenges the kids, but doesn't overwhelm them. The results have been pretty significant for us. It's taught Zach patience, coordination, confidence, and it taught him how to relax and get better control over his emotions. Concentration and focus improved also. He is more mature and responsible too. I would also like to say how proud of your mom and I are of you, Zach. You didn't quit, you did it. You got the belt at the top of the rack. Way to go. Thank you, Denny Strecker, for everything you've done. Your patience and understanding, your love and discipline, and your guidance and leadership have made a real impact on Zach. You're the best.